Film starts with a worried couple, which brings their son to a girl. That girl was a kind of exorcist. This means she has control over spirits. And she understands while seeing the condition of peoples that what the problem with them is. The couple who bring their son there were worried because the condition of their son was worse. Their son used to see something and he gets scared after seeing it. He often starts shivering. The couple tells that girl our son had stolen a necklace of a woman 3 days ago. Since then his condition is like that. That woman is not taking that necklace back and our son is also not recovering. That girl says to the couple, don't worry, take him inside. After it, she makes that boy lay down with a cloth on him. But that boy was also scaring here, as he is seeing something and listening to the voices. Then suddenly something starts controlling him. That girl starts reading something, but then there a soul comes. And it starts destroying everything. It throws that kid while lifting him up. That kid was scared badly. Then the ground of that place opens and pulls that kid inside it. Exorcist gets shocked after seeing it. She says to that kid that we will meet again. Here this scene shifts and we see a girl, Christine. She is a loan officer in a bank and was sincere with her job. One day she comes to her boss and asks him that when I will be promoted, when I will become the senior assistant. Her boss says that if you deserve that you will surely become. I also have hired a new man. And if he seems good to me I will make him the senior assistant. A friend of Christine's comes to her office to meet her. That man was a professor and he was fond of the coin collection. Then Christine gives him an old coin and he becomes happy after having it. After it, Christine again comes to her office. She sees that the new man hired by her boss. He was talking to him nicely. He is making his marks to get that promotion, but Christine doesn't like this. Because she had worked hard from the beginning to get this place. After it, Christine again starts her work. Then an old lady comes to her. She says to her that please extend the duration of my house loan. I couldn't return this loan right now. Then Christine thinks that what I should do now. She takes all the papers and documents to her boss. Her boss says that these are the things from which I will decide that did you deserve to be the assistant. You should make these decisions by yourself. It's up to you that what decision you will make and make me happy. Christine thinks a lot. And after coming out she returns the documents to that old lady. She says to her that sorry I can't extend this duration. She wasn't like this but she has to do this for promotion. That old lady starts weeping. She says don't do this, you don't know about my circumstances. I come here in compulsion. But Christine couldn't do anything. She calls the security and asks them to take that old lady out from there. That old lady thinks that she has insulted her in front of all and starts reacting strangely. Her one eye was of stone and her nails were dirty. Security takes her out of the bank. Old lady says that you didn't do well. After getting free from work, Christine was going to her home. As she sits in her car she sees that an old lady was sitting in the back seat. That old lady was about to attack Christine and tries to kill her. But Christine somehow pushes her from her car. That old lady does the same and after pulling a button off her coat, starts reading something on it. Here we can also see that the teeth of that old lady were dirty and strange. Due to this, Christine gets faint and when she comes to her senses she sees that the old lady was not there. The police were asking questions and investigating from her. The next day, Christine and her friend were on an outing. Then there was a shop of a palm reader who can tell about spirits and future. Christine insists her friend go inside it and wants to ask many things to him. For her sake, her friend has to go with her. That fortune teller charged $60 from Christine. Christine's friend didn't like this because he was thinking that the man is a fraud. But as that fortune teller sees the hand of Christine, he returns her $60 to her and says get the money and take care of yourself. Someone has done black magic on you. He tells her that the button of her coat is missing and it is linked with it somehow. Here we have the idea that the person who has done the black magic was none other than that weird old lady. But Christine's friend while saying all this fraud comes out from there. Now Christine goes to her home and strange things happens to her. She sees the shadows and starts listening to the voices. When her friend comes there she tells everything to him. Her friend says I told you that your condition is not good. But Christine says no, this is not my imagination. I am experiencing it. The next day, Christine after covering herself goes to the bank again. When she was sitting at her place she feels like that old lady has come to her, has put her hand on her desk. With it, Christine's nose starts bleeding. She gets confused and scared by all this and goes from there while weeping. She goes to that old lady's house. When she knocks on the door the daughter of that old lady comes from inside. She says that why you are here, leave from here. Like you took out my old mother. Then Christine says to her to forgive me. I didn't do this willingly. Please let me meet her for once. The daughter of that old lady hardly takes Christine inside. She sees that the old lady was dead. Now Christine couldn't apologize to her. Because now it was too late. Seeing it, she becomes hopeless. Then that old lady's daughter says that I know that what the problem with you is. I also know that my mother had done black magic on you. I would say that people like you deserve the same. Now its effects will never be finished. So never come here again. Christine was going insane and can't understand what to do. She goes to that fortune teller from there. That fortune teller tells her that the old lady had done bad black magic on you. It is a curse and it will irritate you first 3 days like you will wish to kill yourself. After 3 days the curse will take you with it and drag you to hell, due to which you will die. But there is a solution for it. If you will sacrifice any animal, the curse will be shifted on that animal from you. But Christine doesn't believe in all this. She says that why I take any animal's life for no reason? That fortune teller tells her that the things happening with you are just the beginnings. There will be many cruel things will happen to you and you also won't bear them. As Christine goes home the strange things start happening to her. That soul was a curse to her. Now when everything was out of Christine's control, she calls her pet cat near her. And unwillingly sacrifices her. Maybe everything will be fine. Meanwhile, her friend arrives there and says I want to marry you. Please meet my parents for this. Maybe you will feel good. Christine agrees with it. Now it was dinner time and Christine makes a tasty cake with her hands. Then she goes to meet her friend's parents. And they start talking. When Christine starts to eat her cake she sees the eye of that old lady in her slice and gets scared. Meanwhile, she hears the voices of those spirits and panics. Even then she controls herself and shows as nothing has happened. But those voices were out of control now. Christine was irritated from them and throws a glass towards voices. Her friend's mother doesn't like this. Christine goes from there while being embarrassed. Christine's friend says to him that leaves her that girl is not suitable for you. I don't like her. Christine goes to that fortune teller in anger. She says to him that you told me a lie. That after sacrificing any animal my life will be saved. I have sacrificed my beloved cat but it didn't work. Then that fortune teller says that now it is too late. And you have a lot of curse. For it, we have to talk to that soul directly. So that it can leave you. Otherwise, tomorrow is the last day and after it, it will take your soul with it. Christine says that tell me anything I just want to get freedom. Then that fortune teller says that a lady can help us in this matter. But her charges are too much. Maybe there will be the risk of your life in it. But there are also the chances that the soul will leave you. This means you are hanging 50-50 in it. Now Christine had no money so she goes to her bank and asks to boss for a loan. I will return it for my salary when I will get the promotion. Her boss says that who told you that I am giving you the promotion? Your mental state doesn't deserve this. I have given a promotion to that man whom I hired. Best of luck for the next time. Hearing it, Christine gets hurt and returns home while being worried. She picks some things from her house and sells them at a shop. Still, she hasn't collected anything. Then she meets her friend. He says to her that Christine, I don't believe in these things. But only because I love you I will give you money. So that you will not feel that I didn't support you in a hard time. Hearing it, Christine becomes happy. After taking money she goes to meet that lady. Now you will get shocked after seeing this place. This is the same house that is shown at the starting of the movie. Christine comes there and meets with a lady. That fortune teller was also with Christine. Now we come to know that lady was the girl who couldn't save that kid that day. She says to Christine that I didn't forgive myself till today, that I couldn't release that kid from the curse. But I promise to you that I will take you far from this curse. Then she takes her to the place where the kid was gone inside the earth. She shows her that place. Then they sit around a table. That old lady says to her assistant to bring a goat. After it, she says to Christine that now we will read something. As you will feel that the soul is coming inside you. Immediately put your hand on this goat. So that it will take that goat's soul. Then she says to her assistant that when you will feel that there is a soul in her. You have to cut the goat's neck. Now they start the ritual. Then we see the soul of the curse comes in that old woman. The fortune teller asks it that what you want. It says in return that the soul of Christine. He immediately puts that old lady's hand on that goat. Now that soul was in that goat. That innocent goat was looking horrible now. As that assistant of the old lady moves forward to slaughter that goat cuts his hand. Due to which the soul of the curse transfers into that assistant. He also becomes deadly and starts attacking everyone. But that old lady comes to her senses. She immediately takes out that cursed soul from her assistant's body. But during this, she was out of energy and cursed soul also injured her. That old lady couldn't bear this and she dies there. Seeing it, they all get worried because they lose their last hope also. Christine feels hurt that just because of me how many people will lose their life. That fortune teller says to Christine that we have this last solution. That the button through which that old lady had done black magic on you. Hold it, put it into an envelope and give it to any other person. So that this curse will transfer to another person from you. Then we see that Christine was going to home with her friend. She has packed that button in an envelope. There were also some documents with it. But on their way, an old man comes in front of them. And Christine's friend immediately applies the brake. Due to which the envelope documents mixes up. Now Christine arrives at home and her friend asks her to come to the railway station tomorrow. After it, we will also decide that whom will we give this button envelope. Her heart was not agreeing with her that I transfer my curse to any innocent person and that person will lose his life. She immediately goes to that fortune teller and asks him that is it necessary that we transfer this curse to only alive humans? Can I give this curse to any dead body? Then fortune teller says yes, you can give this to that old lady. The lady who cursed you. Then Christine immediately goes to the grave of that old lady. Christine dug her grave courageously. After seeing her dead body in front, she puts that button envelope in her mouth. She was feeling light that she has returned her curse to this old lady. The next day we see that Christine was very happy and well dressed. She goes to meet her friend at that railway station. Her friend says to her that, remember yesterday our files were mixed. You took my envelope of the coin with you. And your envelope with the button was left in my car. As he shows her the envelope of the button, Christine loses her senses. Because today was the last day. It was too late to return that curse. That's why Christine falls on the railway track. Her friend tries to lift her and save her, but he fails. Meanwhile, that railway track opens from the downside and fire comes from it. A hand of a soul pulls Christine with it on that earth. This means this curse wasn't removed and reversed. It has to take Christine's life. Even seeing this, Christine's friend couldn't save her friend. Tears remain in his eyes. And regret that why he didn't see that envelope before? Soul drags her towards hell. Christine's friend was sitting sadly. The movie ends here. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.